Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get straight into today's story. According to new figures, the UK has just experienced the longest period without any migrants arriving on small boats since 2018. For days on end, not a single crossing was recorded, and that alone tells us something important. When pressure is applied, when enforcement tightens, and when the system starts pushing back, the crossings slow down. This completely undermines the argument we've heard for years that nothing can be done about illegal channel crossings. Now, let's be clear, this hasn't happened because the problem magically disappeared. It hasn't happened because people smugglers suddenly grew a conscience. And it certainly hasn't happened because open border policies started working. It's happened because enforcement, surveillance and deterrence were increased, even if only temporary, and the results speak for themselves. For years, the British public has been told that stopping small boats is impossible, that it's too complex, too difficult, or somehow morally wrong to enforce our own borders. But here we are, with proof when crossings are disrupted, arrivals drop. That should spark a serious national conversation, not about compassion slogans, but about control and credibility. Of course, the usual voices already line up to downplay this. Some say it's just the weather, others say it's temporary, but that misses the point entirely. Even if conditions played a role, the fact remains that the system responded differently this time. Patrols were stronger, surveillance was tighter, coordination improved, and suddenly the boats stopped coming. That should worry the open border lobby, because it shows that deterrence works and it raises uncomfortable questions. If crossings can be stopped for days at a time, why aren't we doing this consistently? The British public has been patient for far too long. Communities have been stretched, hotels are full, costs are soaring, and yet whenever voters demand firm action, they're accused of lacking compassion. But compassion without control isn't compassion at all, it's chaos. A system that rewards illegal entry only encourages more dangerous crossing and enriches criminal gangs. What's especially telling is how quiet the political class becomes when crossings slow. There's no victory lap, no urgent policy debate, no promise to lock this progress in permanently, because admitting success would mean admitting that previous failures were unavoidable. This also exposes the weakness of endless excuses about international law and human rights frameworks being untouchable. Other countries managed to protect their borders. Australia did, Italy is doing it, and now the UK has shown even briefly that disruption works here too. Now, the question is whenever this government, or any future one, has the backbone to make the permanent, because temporary pauses don't fix a broken system, they just prove it can be fixed. If border control only happens in short bursts, then the message to smugglers is simple. Wait it out, and they will. The only lasting solution is consistency. Strong enforcement every day, not just when headlines get uncomfortable. This moment matters. It cuts through years of political spin and media noise. It shows that stopping the boats isn't impossible. It just requires political will, something that's been in short supply. The public deserves honesty. The system can be controlled, the crossings can be reduced, and pretending otherwise has cost taxpayers billions and communities their trust. So again, let's see how this one plays out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more political commentary and don't miss what's really happening behind the headlines, hit subscribe now and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think.